You're listening to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast with your hosts, Chad and Dave. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast, episode number 232. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
And sorry, we were going to do a podcast of the weekend. Sorry about that. Thanksgiving, holidays, everything gets in the way. But here we are, Monday night. Leafs coming up, a pair of wins since the last podcast that we did.
Yep.
Where do you want to take it?
Well, let's hope everyone had a nice little Thanksgiving weekend and everyone enjoyed their time. Maybe you stuffed a turkey, maybe you didn't. Who knows? Whatever. Some people are into that kind of thing. But yeah, man, look, like you said, so 4-2 win over the Devils last Thursday, 4-2 win over the Penguins on Saturday in their home opener. A lot of good things, I think. One specific negative thing. So I'm going to go negative off the top with one specific thing and then the rest positive. How about that, Chatty? A positive Tuesday here.
I like that.
Except for this one major negative thing right off the top.
All right.
Dude, it's the power. You already know what I'm going to say. It's the power play problems, brother. It's the power play problems. Negative 0 for 9 on the season, 0 for 4 in Montreal on opening night, 0 for 2 against the Devils in New Jersey, 0 for 3 at home against Pittsburgh. 0 for 9 total to starting this season off just the way last season ended. Come on, man. What is this? What is going on here?
I have no idea. It's just you have all that talent out on the ice for the first unit power play. They've even put Ekman Larson is now quarterbacking that top power play, but it just looks stale. It's not moving. It's not, I don't know. Go watch any other game, watch any other team's power play, and it's like boom, boom, boom. I don't know if they're in their heads or if Savard's got them trying something new that they're not comfortable with. I don't know what it is, but it looks terrible.
Yes, it does. I think you got to do some type of like monster split here. You can't keep, I know JT missed the game on the weekend, whatever, dealing with illness and all that, but I don't think you can keep rolling with like loading up that one pair with, we all know the 4 guys, and then Riley. Like it just doesn't work. Okay, like I'm sure if they kept to it, you're gonna bang in some goals. There's too much talent there not to do it. But how many times have we seen it go dry? And there's nothing worse than that. When you need it to be wet in the springtime, when you need it soaking wet or at least damp, at least a little bit damp, and it's just bone dry in the springtime. Can't have it. So you gotta split it up, right? Like you gotta split those into like two units. You get a minute, or you get this unit. If you don't score, the next unit gets the full fucking power play, something like that. Got to be thinking outside the box here, doing something, right?
Yeah, splitting it up could work. I would go down that road. I would give it a shot. I mean, you're 0 for 9 to start the season. Might as well try anything. But I think it just like you can get something with these guys. It's just what you're doing now is important. Yeah, you could move it around.
Oh man.
It's just if you watch it, it's like you can close your eyes when they enter the zone, open them 5 seconds later, and you can picture where everyone's standing and what they're doing. Like there's no movement. It's like, okay, Matthews is here.
Yeah.
Riley or Ekman Larson's here. Marner's here. Nylander's here. JT will be stuck in front of the net when he's playing.
Yeah.
It's so stagnant. It just needs a little life pumped into it. Something new, something fresh. Maybe it's players. Maybe it's the way that they execute the power play.
Something, but like they brought in a new PP guy, Mark Savard, and it's just the same thing. It doesn't look any different at all. A lot of perimeter stuff. Not a lot of going to the net. Okay. So you mentioned Ekman Larson.
Sorry, before you go, it's a lot of look for Matthews. I mean, like Washington, Ovechkin stays in one place and everyone knows he's going to bomb the one-timer, but the other guys are moving.
Yeah.
This is just everyone in the same place. Let's try to get it to Matthews.
Yep. Okay. So look, you mentioned Ekman Larson, like in the preseason, they haven't scored a power play goal at all since they dropped the puck for a preseason game. their first preseason game. So maybe they scored a couple. I don't think they did, though. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just goose eggs all around since they took the ice this season. But anyway, I was saying Morgan Rielly, it's not going to work. He's no threat back there. And I don't know how much of a threat that Ekman Larsson is, but it can't be any less effective than Morgan Rielly. At least I think the guy is willing to rip the fucking puck on net from back there, where
he is.
Where 44 is just like, he will not fucking do it. Like, how simple is it? Just, you don't have a bomb? Okay, hard snapshot, hard wrist shot, or just fucking flutter it through and wait for chaos in front of the net. All this perimeter fucking back and forth, pretty play, pretty pass. I'm so over that shit. Back to the basics here, right? Like, just get back to basics, simple shit. Put it on net, someone drive the fucking net and pop in a rebound. It's not rocket science. Pretty boys out there, they gotta just like,
well,
it's too cute.
You're right. But at the same time, with all that talent, you shouldn't have to you should score a greasy goal like that when you're 0 for 9. Like, do anything, get the puck in the net. But these guys should be able to execute a top level power play.
So what is it? Is it work ethic? What is it?
It's system. They're entering slow. They're not really moving. They're not really driving the net. They're not doing anything. Like you say, Rielly would never take a shot. Ekman Larsson at least will. At least he has a one-time slap shot in his arsenal to use.
Yeah.
Rielly don't have that. He just takes wrist shots.
I wouldn't even put Rielly on PP2. Like, I would have Ekman Larsson, and if you're gonna continue to play Connor Timmins, he's not afraid to shoot the fucking puck. So put Timmins back there for all I care.
Yeah,
like,
you got to do something. But I'm just saying that, like, I heard Berube talking about that too. Like, sometimes you just need to fire it at the net and scramble for the rebound and get it in. The best power plays in the league don't really do that. Like, they are just elite power plays. And I feel like with this skill, they should be an elite power play.
100%.
Well, they don't do it.
They've played well and they're winning games. A 4-2, like, they 1-0 loss. I'm going to get to this in a second. The defensive play, 4-2 win, 4-2 win. If they had the power play cooking at like 50%, they'd be smoking teams right now. So, I know it's only been, they haven't had any like other than Jersey.
But like you say, this leaks in from last season.
Oh, and that's just the most concerning thing about it is you bring in new coaching staff, new guy to run it, and it looks the exact fucking same. Switch it up, man. Like, you just I don't have the answers here, but what I would not do is continue to do what they're fucking doing. Give it a big time shakeup. Put the whole thing in a fucking blender and don't worry about hurting anybody's feelings. Just fucking switch it up.
Or like you say, just shoot it. Just shoot it at the net and everybody just scramble and try to knock one in.
100%. So
just
anyway,
get the monkey off your back. Yeah. Nobody cares how it goes in. If you end the night and you're 3 for 3 on the power play, everyone will be like, nice.
100%. Yeah, no one knows. No one cares how or who or whatever. Just fucking find a way. But anyway, that was my only negative. The rest is positive. So power play problems. It's a serious problem. Like, it can't continue. Can't continue. But I'm going to go to some positives here. And we might have a little segment coming up just around the corner for the first time this season. I think you're going to like this one. Stay tuned for that. Biggest positive for me, without a doubt, I've been watching the games. You have. I'm sure everybody watching this or listening to this has. Their defensive play overall over the 3 games, even though they lost the first game in Montreal, really keeping it simple back there. And specifically, the additions of Tanev and Ekman Larsson have been very noticeable back there in a really positive way. And again, only allowing 5 goals total through the first 3 games. Obviously, I'm going to get to the goalies in a second, but their defensive play, their team defense, specifically the 6 guys on the blue line, and Tanev and Ekman Larsson. What do you think? Agree?
Oh, yeah.
Want to talk about that for a bit?
Like, I was gonna text you during the last game to just say how different it looks.
Simple.
It's so simple, but I wouldn't say it's patience. It's like no panic. Mm-hmm. There's no scramble. Like, Tanev is.
Well, they're both so good. They're both veteran players, right? So,
but like Tanev, if the other team's driving and they're trying to forecheck whatever, he is so good at just no panic, calm down, get the puck out. Nothing fancy.
Right in, right out. Right in, right out.
No fucking
So
around.
I just think it's been very like noticeably different in a positive way
It's been great.
with those two guys
And
especially.
the forwards too. Like, they've just bought into this thing. It's almost, I hate to say it, but the games kind of are boring almost because they're playing such a like
I don't mind that.
they are cycling the puck so much. They are so aggressive on the forecheck.
I'm down with that, man. I can
Yeah, me
take
too.
I don't mind it being a boring game as long as you are playing and winning the right way because that's what this team's needed for a long fucking time.
I know
Win
it's
a
so good to see.
Yeah, like it's great. I think it's great to see. But with the subtractions of Brody, Giordano, and Liljegren is in no man's land. And then to have, basically Timmins playing a regular shift and then Ekman Larson and Tanev, it's just been noticeably different, man. What do you think it is with Liljegren? Why do you think Timmins is it Timmins' size? He just had a better preseason. What do you think it is? And I heard rumblings that Liljegren may get in tomorrow night, but I'll believe it when I see it. What do you think is going on there?
I just think every new coach comes in and they have guys that they don't like. And Liljegren is just on that side of things.
But everyone else, Chad, has seemed to have gotten a fair shake here. No?
Yeah, but it's just the way it goes. There's always somebody. Like, look at Nyes this season. He looks great, and Berube's using him to kill penalties. He's throwing him on the top line. He's playing him like 18 and a half minutes a night. Last year, Keefe was so reluctant. Like, he just didn't have faith in him. A lot of times kept him on the third or fourth line, didn't really put him out in high pressure situations or anything like that. Different coach, different way of looking at things. He just looks at Liljegren and thinks, no, it doesn't have it. I kind of agree with him. Like, I've never seen the complete upside on Liljegren. Like, I know stats guys will always tell you he's amazing, but I just never saw it on the ice.
No, I hear you, man. I can see it. I can see it. Since you just brought up Nyes, I was going to bring him up later, but I'm just going to bring him up now. Who do you think Craig Berube's favorite player on this hockey team is right now?
Matthew Nyes.
100%. Cannot say a bad thing about him. He loves him. Like how much Berube loves Nyes right away. He was on the ice for all 4 goals that they scored on Saturday night. Making just heads up plays all over the place. Like he's maturing as a player. Obviously, he's a big dude. He's already had some big hits this season, but I just think this guy is like, you want to talk about what's he going to really have to do to get taken off that top line? Something significant. Like I think Berube's the type of guy who's just like, no, he's our top line left winger. That's it.
Yeah, the way Berube, I don't think I've ever heard Berube talk about, like, say as many nice things about a player in the history he's been in the NHL.
Loves him.
Every time he's asked about Nyes, it's like a big 2-minute answer on how great he is. Nyes has looked great.
He is the prototypical. When I think of Berube and guys that he would like, Nyes is the prototypical guy that young
almost
kid,
a power forward type.
Young kid plays the right way. Like he's not soft, can bury the puck like north and south game. So I said it a couple podcasts ago when I was comparing him to Zach Hyman. Like Babcock came in and kind of did the same thing. There was nothing like that. Hyman was not coming off Matthews' line. That's true.
Because he was big, he was physical, he was hard on the puck. Berube is the same way with Nyes. Yep. And like the way he's using, when I saw him out there like killing penalties and taking defensive zone faceoffs, like important ones in the dying minutes of the period and stuff, I'm like, holy shit. Like Matthew Nyes is in the good books.
Yeah.
No, it ain't dry around Matthew Nyes right now.
Very wet. Very wet.
Very wet.
And he's played great, like you said. So, but yeah, man, I don't think he will ever be in the doghouse. But Berube just loves this guy, and I love that. So it's all good there. We'll get to the segment in a second. Nylander, so he gets a couple goals. Marner, he gets a very nice goal on the weekend. Matthews, still no goals, but he's all over it.
Yeah, he's all over it.
I think it's just, it's going to come real quick here soon for 34.
Yeah, but Matthews and Marner are playing way better defense.
Yes.
Like they're
killing penalties too, right? Like
they're killing penalties. The way they're playing the game 5-on-5, like that's not how the Leafs play in October.
No.
Like,
You're
you
right.
have Marner out there setting picks and hitting guys in October? You fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And Matthews, I think because he's the captain, do you not kind of find he's buying into Brube's system right away? Being
Oh,
like, if
yeah.
I do it, everyone else will follow.
Yep, for
'Cause,
sure. It looks
I
that
mean,
way.
he's gonna get his goals, but his two-way game is off the charts right now. Looking
Totally
great.
agree. Totally agree.
Nylander, not so much, but he'll get there.
Once he starts feeling it with a couple goals, like he's kind of
He's never been a great two-way, like, defensive type forward.
No, he's gotten better though. But I think
He
like
has.
I don't think it would hurt Willie to be killing penalties too. I guess you don't necessarily need him to do it, but it would. I think it wouldn't hurt, like just to get him more like in a I don't know whatever. They've got a bunch of different guys killing penalties right now, but
I mean, the penalty kill's not great, so you could try something different there too.
with Domi and Nylander, you started to see some chemistry on Saturday night. You think that's a look they're still going to continue to give it when JT comes back? Because I still would like to see personally JT down on the third line with Pacioretty and somebody else. Maybe you put Domi at center and keep Nylander on the wing, and you put someone else on the wing up there, like Robertson potentially. I don't know. I know Domi and Robertson would be small to play together, but
like,
you know what I mean?
Have JT and Willie ever really had great chemistry?
I don't think so.
Or is it just kind of default?
Yeah, default.
Yeah.
Like, just like I said in the last podcast, like Pacioretty, I know it was only preseason, but there looked like there was some chemistry there with Pacioretty and Tavares. I wouldn't like, you might want to go back to that as a third line option, but I don't know. Like, if I just some different things that I would like to see, but if they're winning games and they're playing the right way, like, I guess it really doesn't matter who's playing with who. But and anyway, shout out to back last Thursday, goals by Lawrence and McMahon, and so it was great to see like guys playing on the fourth line. They
were amazing. The third and fourth line were amazing.
Awesome. Lawrence, like, love the way this guy plays and his attitude and all that. So
did you see
a lot of good things.
Did you see the picture he posted from Halloween?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
With the maid?
Oh no, not with the maid. Just as a kid with the Leaf stuff. Is that
you didn't see the full photo?
Oh,
you saw the cropped photo.
Oh, I didn't. Was there a maid involved? No, I didn't see that.
He posted the full photo of the whole family going trick-or-treating out for Halloween, and he's wearing the Leaf jersey, but mom's dressed as a maid.
Oh,
mom is dressed. You should just, if you go on Twitter and find his account, read the comments underneath. Golden.
Yeah. I love that. I definitely will. All right, Chad, how do you feel about doing a little segment this week?
I feel good.
All right. What do you think it's going to be on?
I don't know. You tell me.
How about we get things fired up with a little bit of the Eagles Nest?
Oh,
we'll hit the intro, come back, tell you what it's all about. I have to remember for myself, and then we'll go through the goalies so far this season. So you ready for this? Here we go.
Eddie the Eagle, great name.
And watch Belfour's stick.
Wow.
All right, Piggy. Come on out, Piggy.
And put it right up into his face there, and Belfour's not going to take that. Wham! Right there. He came up high. And here it comes. And the Eagles all over him.
I bet you if you pop those jeans off, you're going to find a sweaty hog.
How in the world did he make that save?
He's pulling stuff now.
Wow.
All right, Piggy. Come on out, Piggy.
What better name than Eddie the Eagle?
All right. So for those of you who've never heard this segment, what we do on the Eagles Nest is we're going to rate the goalies so far. I know it's only been a few games, but we've got to see all three.
Yes.
One not yet in the regular season, but
we got to see all three. One of them was just wearing a suit instead of pads.
There you go.
On the weekend. So
if a goalie is lights out and we're talking Eddie Belfour, Dallas Stars years, this is spread eagle. You are spread eagle. Can't get any better than that.
Nope.
Stiff hawk. I mean,
That's
you're giving some solid goaltending.
Solid.
Not, you might let in a soft one here and there, but hey, stiff hawk. Sweaty hog. Pack your bags.
Who did we name sweaty when this segment first came to be? The goaltender who was currently playing for the Leafs that gave us the idea for sweaty hog. Peter Mrazek, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Peter Mrazek. Shout out to Peter Mrazek.
He was brutal. Absolutely brutal, Peter Mrazek. But here we go, Chad. In any particular... Okay, let me just say this first. Obviously, Stolarz and Hildeby, really good. Stolarz has let in Played the first game, not his fault. Lets in 1 goal. Lets in 2 goals in the loss on the weekend. Played very solid. In the Devils game Hildeby played, he only let in 2 goals. The Leafs have only let in 5 goals total all season. So I think the scores are going to be pretty high here. Do you want to start it off? Pick one and rate it, and I'll follow it up.
I'm going to go from the bottom to the top.
Okay, the bottom to the top.
So I'll start with Joe Wall, who tweaked something and couldn't go for 7 days. And rumor
7 days. Yeah,
rumor has
okay.
it he's going to be practicing or something soon, or he's going to
Yeah.
be hitting. I don't know what's going on. But listen, I hope the best for Joseph Wall. I want this guy to succeed because I think he could be a dynamite goalie in this league. But so far, that is a sweaty, greasy, dirty hog. Okay. That is the type of hog that has been walking for 45 miles in the desert heat after taking a shit. That's the kind of fucking sweaty hog we got right now. You tweak something on game 1? Game 1?
Wasn't even game 1. He couldn't get to game 1.
Game day?
Yep, game day.
You tweak something? I
Morning
mean,
skate.
sweaty
Morning
hog.
skate.
Lots of times for you to get to a stiff hawk and even a spread eagle, but so far, Joe, sweaty hog.
Joseph Wall wearing a suit instead of goalie pads on Saturday in the home opener. And I don't know if you caught this. He was hiding in the back during the player introductions. He looked like very timid, like he didn't want to be even introduced. Because I think
he knew.
I think he's heard some of the rhetoric going around town that the fans are like, what, this guy again? Seriously? It's an absolute sweat hog. Like you said, it's a no-brainer. Sweat hog. Dude, you gotta fucking learn to play through shit. Are they being precautionary? Maybe. Like, because it's early and whatever, but the same way last season ended, the same way this season started, it's a terrible sign. It's red flag all over it. So absolute sweat. The sweatiest hog for Joseph Wall, man. Just absolutely brutal, buddy. You're going to have to soak that for days to get the sweat and the stench off. It reeks, okay? I can smell it from here, okay? It's
disgusting.
Not
it's disgusting.
Not a good sign out of the gates for Joseph Wall. Okay. You want to go to the Beast next or Stolars?
I was just thinking like
how sweaty his hog is.
Well, like that gross, stinky nut smell.
Terrible.
Like when you go down there and then your finger. Oh God, it's bad. And I can imagine Joe Wall. But anyway, let's go to Hildeby since he played the one game.
Yep.
And stiff hawk for me, man.
Yep. Same.
I mean,
very solid. Very solid.
New Jersey, I didn't think looked great. It might have been coming back from Europe. They didn't look like the same team that was playing Buffalo over in Europe.
No, fair.
And it could be a little bit of the jet lag coming back. But for him,
still though,
last year he had the chance to play, and Keefe played Martin Jones back to back to not give Hildeby a chance in the net. So for him to go into New Jersey in their home opener against Sheldon Keefe and play like that and get the win, that's a stiff hawk for me.
Yeah, not a semi. No. Stiff hawk, and that's what I like to see. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. The beast, unleash the beast. I love it.
And a good smelling stiff hawk.
Yeah, Berube in the dressing room, like afterwards. I don't know if you've been seeing any of the little blueprint things they're putting on TV or on YouTube, whatever. And he's got just such a deeper tone and a different demeanor than Keefe in the room.
You think?
Yeah, like he's got the puck after they beat Jersey. He's like, beast. The big beast over here. It's awesome, right? Like,
yeah.
And but he seems very like Hildeby seems very calm and quiet. Like he doesn't seem like he's a quiet guy. Like he's giving interviews and he's very soft spoken or whatever. But hey, man.
But he's fucking huge.
Oh yeah, he's great. 6'7". Like he's still like he reminds me a lot of Vasilevsky. So if we can get like, imagine he turns into like 80% of Vasilevsky. Like, wouldn't that be fucking incredible? If we had a guy that was just like literally 80% Vasilevsky.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Let's go on to Stolars.
Yeah, Stolars.
I'm giving him a stiff hawk as well.
Yeah. Can't go full bore spread eagle.
No, I
not
mean,
yet.
He 1-1, but You gave up 1 goal against Montreal. Not your fault that the team lost at all. Played
Yep.
great.
Yep.
Played unbelievable. And then in the Pitt game, also, he looked good. I mean, the team in front of him didn't show up for the first 10 minutes. And, he kept the minute and then shut the door when he needed to. Stiff hawk. That's all you're asking. Give me enough to win.
I've been very impressed with Stolars so far. Very impressed, actually. Both guys.
Absolutely.
Like, he's huge. He's a monster, but like, he's very athletic, man. Very athletic. Like, he's on it. Like, a lot of stuff to the chest.
Yep.
A lot of good things to like about Stolars. Thank God.
Night and day from Samsonov.
Oh man, like
so calm down low. His pad work, it's great.
It's awesome. It's a stiff hawk for me too on Stolars. And look, like, I know you said Wall practicing and like they gave him like a Berube's still like, yeah, day to day. He'll be saying day to day for the next 2 fucking weeks. Guaranteed.
I don't know what the rules are. I don't know if you go on IR. I don't know if you're allowed to even come back and practice with the team. Maybe you are, but I don't know what the rules are with goalies. Can they come and take shots at practice and participate, or do they have to wait till the 7 days end? I don't know. But every time they ask him, you're right.
No, you can practice, man. You don't have to wait until.
Well, you know how like a player will wear a different colored jersey.
Yeah.
So he's like a part of the practice, but you can't really touch him or do anything.
Yeah.
Because he's on IR.
Well, I don't think he's taking shots.
Is it the same with goalies? Like, you can come out on the ice, but don't shoot it at me.
I don't know. I thought he was skating before practice, is what I was led to believe.
Okay.
I think. I don't think he's taking part. Sorry, I don't think he's taking
part. Well, he is.
Yeah. So I don't think he's
making
taking
that
part.
hog sweatier.
Exactly. I don't think he's taking part in full practice. So I don't know, man. I don't believe the day-to-day thing. Not with this guy, because like, fuck, he'll go out in the morning skate when he's about to return, and all of a sudden he'll be like, can't go. Like, you can't.
No, he'll go to morning skate, and then they'll be like, all right, everybody go home, take a nap, and he'll tweak something during his nap. Won't be able to go that night.
Next 2 games, Wednesday night. So only light schedule this week. Wednesday night against the Kings, Thursday night at home against the Rangers. That should be a good game. And then next week, there's a back-to-back Monday and Tuesday, Tampa Bay and Columbus. And that's the last back-to-back they have in the month of October. So Hildeby, I would do you think Wall's back and gets one of those games, or you think Hildeby?
Sorry, you mean tomorrow, then Saturday, right?
They play tomorrow, Saturday. Sorry, I think I said November, but I meant October.
You said Thursday.
Oh, sorry, no,
they play tomorrow, then Thursday, but they don't play back to back. They play tomorrow, then they play Saturday. Just to clarify, then
and then next week, Monday and Tuesday is a back to back, and that's their last back to back in the month of October. Then there's 4 games remaining after that. So the next 4 games, I don't anticipate Joseph Wall being in the mix. So you go Stolars these next 2, and then Hildeby gets one of the back-to-back, one of the games in the back-to-back. Probably what you do, right?
Yeah, I would do that. I mean,
or do you think Wall's going to be ready to go? I don't see it. I mean,
I'll say yeah. Well, I'll say Wall will play next week. Is that crazy? That's so bad that we can't even say he'll play next week and it's October.
I don't know. He's a Boston kid. I
would do exactly that. I would go Stolars, and then give Hill to be one of the back-to-backs, and then hopefully Wall's ready to go.
They play Boston next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, the 26th of October. He's a Boston kid. He's from the area. He pulled the shoot in Game 7. I'd be like, you're playing that. Pencil it in. Be ready for the 26th, because that's when you're fucking playing, kid. So that's my guess, and that's my prediction there, is that you might see his first game back Saturday, October 26th, against the Boston Bruins, after he pulled the shoot for Game 7.
Well, he tweaked it.
Well, whatever, man. Just, you know what I mean? Just, I think that's the more realistic time frame for this guy. Like, I don't buy into this day-to-day bullshit with Joseph Wall. Anyway, anything else tonight, Chad?
No, nothing else. Leafs look pretty good, and I'll tell you, man, I'm starting to get a real good feeling about this team. The way they're playing defensively, the way the goaltending's shaping up. I'm not gonna say anything, but I feel good. I feel good about this team.
A lot of things to like.
for the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the Tip In Maple Leaf podcast. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, hit like, hit subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, leave a comment below. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what you're doing right now. Just anything, because if you comment, it helps us out. You can follow us on TikTok at the Tip In Podcast, and you can follow us on X or Twitter at Tip In Pod. And you can email us, tipinpodcast@gmail.com. I also want to say thank you to everyone who signed up for the Fantasy Hockey League. Week 1 is underway. Matchups are set. Games are being played. It's going to be a fun season.
We gonna have any prizes for that or anything like that, or it's just gonna be whoever wins or whatever.
Maybe we'll get some prizes, maybe some gift cards, some Tip In t-shirts or something like that we can give to people that if you win the pool or whatever. Once we get to playoffs, we'll figure that out, because the end of the last few weeks, it's just playoffs.
So
Like,
not everybody makes
Nope.
it though, right?
Not everybody makes it, and then once you lose 1 week, you're eliminated.
Oh, yikes. Okay. So
Yeah.
long way to go though. There's like 20 weeks or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's a long way
to
to go, but it's going to be a lot of fun. But I just wanted to say thanks to everyone who signed up.
Yep, for sure. Man.
And until next time, I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
We will.
LA Kings in town Wednesday night. Let's keep this thing rolling and get another win. Hey, you know what? 3 games played so far. And like an old friend said, Chad, our old buddy Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And that's not a bad way to start the season.
Not a bad way.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you later.
Catch you later. You're listening to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast with your hosts, Chad and Dale.